Hey everybody, welcome back to Gordon's Garage. Still need to work on my doors a little bit more. As you can see down there on that end, the halo of light coming from around the edge of the door. It needs a good trim piece around it and some good weather seal. Anyways, I just got to the shop here and it's time to unload the truck. I got a little bit of a haul, come from kind of a garage sale thing, and yeah, I thought these things I couldn't live without, so I grabbed them. This here is just a typical metal white towel bar, and I got plans for this thing. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I kind of broke this pipe right here. Now, when I turn the circuit compressor on, this is going to be full of pressure, so that is not going to. Matter of fact, let's break it on off. Okay, so yeah, a couple electrical cords. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, the plan is reroute this to where it comes straight back and then up, and maybe mount this bar here for me to have something to hold on to lean this thing forward, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to roll it forward and wheel it around, and I have nothing but to grab this framework. And if I had a handle, I think I'd have more control. And I put this exact towel bar, but in chrome, on the side of my toolbox over there, and it worked out great. So yeah, I've got a hold of a nice little sprayer. I'm not sure if it works still, but it might. That'd be pretty cool to have, to kind of spray some of the grass and stuff to keep it down. I thought that'd come in handy, so I grabbed that sucker. I like garage sales because people are selling stuff because they're ready to let it go. I wonder how many of y'all know what these things are. Airplane wings. Yeah, Halloween costume for butterflies. I don't know. These are actually blue jeans stretchers. And so you put this down the leg of your blue jeans and you widen that sucker out. And if your jeans shrunk in the wash, you just wash them, get them wet, put these in them and let them dry. And yeah, my dad uses a lot of these, I think. I'm gonna give them to him. How many of y'all been eyeballing that? This really caught my eye. I want y'all to take a look at the flake in that. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is an antique 70s helmet for a child. It's really small. Everything is there. The D-rings, and these D-rings aren't like your normal D-rings. The corners on them are just cast. They're not, yeah. The leather's there, the strap is there, all of the padding inside's there, and see if y'all can read what's on the back there. Yeah, what does that say? F or E, K, Premier 1. Yeah. Anyways, it's really cool, nostalgic helmet, and it's got some good scratches in it. And I think maybe we can sand those out. Maybe. Don't think I'm actually going to use that helmet, but it's cool to have. This, I didn't buy in the garage sale. I ordered this one. This is me starting to order parts for the Corvette. This is pretty much all you really need to see out of the whole thing. This is going to be the lens that goes over the headlights of the Corvette. So I am, yes, going to the FIA style Le Mans 24-hour racing fixed headlights on the Corvette. Don't have a lot of problems with the headlights now. Don't need to wait till I start having problems either. So yeah. This kit comes with a lot of stuff. I'll pull out one of these. This is an aluminum bracket with the headlight buckets in there. I'm actually going to use the buckets on my car. That was an option. I could buy brand new buckets from them. It's just going to jack the price up a bit more, or just use the metal buckets that's in the car. The metal buckets in the car, they're fine. They're ready to go. Matter of fact, I have several in here, but yeah, they bolt in right there, ready to go. Let me put this back together. There we go. Last but not least, I've picked up a pair of these chairs. One's taller than the other. I don't know why that is. get that right like that. Why pick up a couple of little chairs? I mean, they were cheap. They were not very expensive at all. This chair is, there's only one piece of plastic, and it's this little cover tube. It's just a shield. The rest is all stainless steel or aluminum or something. And I figured I could steel wool and clean all this stuff up. It's gonna look great. If you just look at the back here, yeah, it's got a little swivel, and absolutely every bit of that is thick metal. It's not, yeah. I sat in it, it's very comfortable. This really supports your back. The only thing this thing needs really is a reupholster. I'm gonna upgrade this with something else. I don't know what yet. Matter of fact, go in the comments below. Tell me what you think I should cover this with. Should it be black vinyl, a dark brown leather, or should it be something more cloth? I like the vinyls and stuff because it's easy to wipe off any grease or something that drips on it. It'll soak in, and who knows how long it'll sit there. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna be too hard. Just a couple of bolts here, a couple of bolts there. I can have this thing apart, and recovering these are not hard at all. And I'll have a couple extra seats. Maybe I'll get some visitors out here to sit around and watch me bark my knuckles. Who knows? All right, well, that's the end of the haul for the garage sale stuff. What I'm gonna do now is I gotta check out some weird noise coming out from underneath the front end of this truck. I don't know if you remember, I did something, brake pads or something on the front of this truck. And I'm worried I've got something that came loose on me. Anyways, let's get these out of here and get to work on that truck. All right, so I'm having some weird noises. The noises I'm having tend to be more of a honing, whining noise, and it's at the same speed as I'm traveling. So it's not the engine. When the engine shifts gears, it goes from a higher RPM, it drops down, and it builds back up to RPM, drops down. Well, the noise doesn't follow that. The noise just, the faster I go, the faster the noise goes. So that puts it somewhere outside of the transmission, and I'm thinking it's coming from this front end. And I know I've replaced these brake pads in a prior video. You can check that out. So one thing I wanted to test is maybe I can put an Allen wrench on the back, make sure this thing it's not going anywhere. Something I do notice is right through here, all the way around, it's this little black, they're kind of dry, they're not really wet, and the rim doesn't have it on the inside or the outside. I don't see any of that here, so I'm hoping that's something off the road. I'm afraid it's going to be down in here in this bearing, and that's where I had the wheel up off the ground. I took a pry bar and I lifted on the wheel a little bit, and I mean, you don't try to lift the whole truck, you're just doing this, a little movement to see if this whole thing moves up and down. I think there was a little play in there, so I want to take off this dust cap first. Let's do that. I need this and like a screwdriver. Great, I gotta find a screwdriver. That right there is dry as a bone. I don't like the looks of that. And I don't know if y'all can see in the bottom of that cap, it's pretty baked in, still a bit pliable. But yeah, I'd like to see more grease in it than that. Let's see what type of bearings we have here. They might be sealed, and this might be just big false alarm. Now I'm gonna tell you something, I don't have any sponsors or anything. I'd love to have some, but when that day comes, it comes. But man, I wanna take a shout. Harbor Freight has this light bar thing, and it's actually made to fit to the bottom of your hood. It's got magnets on each end, and these caps screw onto the end, and on the inside of that cap there's a hook that you can use. And I tell you what, it's got two settings, low and high, and it just lit up that wheel well. It is so awesome to have the right tools sometimes. But yeah, I'm in the process of taking this cotter pin out. It's a good looking cotter pin. That's good sign. Somebody took care of this. Okay, that's kind of tighter than hand. Let's see how tight this was. It's snug. I wouldn't have tightened it any tighter than that for sure. Now in order, yeah, that rolled right to the center of the truck. In order to get to the back bearings, I'm going to have to take the caliper off. It's not going to let me go any further, so. But the front bearings I can take off and take a look at. All right, got my brake caliper off and got it pulled back. And naturally, with this nut off, it's easily to walk this thing forward and catch that ball bearing. And that's as dry as a ball bearing as I've ever seen. Don't know if this done any damage, but let's see when we pull this off. I think the spindle is just fine. I think all I need to do is replace this seal. Replace the seal on the back side of this and that ball bearing. So I need to go get me a kit. That means I'm not driving this. Guess that means we're going to take a trip in the vet. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be good. Okay, well, I'm enjoying my street tacos and, you know, I'm taking a break. Y'all take a break too and enjoy these memes. I need this seal out first, like that. That was the best. Just boop, right out. And that's the bearing. That doesn't look like good grease. Yeah, that needed a lot of help. Okay, there's also a race in here. I've got to look at getting that out also. That's the difficult part. You got to remove something that's hard to remove, yet don't damage the rest of the stuff. Yeah, okay. Let me see what I can do. Ta-da! And it is out. Good. One of the reasons I really wanted this one out, I had to really try hard, and high potential of screwing something up, scratching the inside of this or something, is because this bearing is a different brand than this bearing and race is. The race is in here with this bearing, designed for the angle of that bearing. I want that to kind of be put in here. So yeah, let's install this. I need that. I definitely want that surface to be really clean because, face it, you don't want some little bit of grime keeping it from seating, and then once you get the weight of the vehicle on there, then it decides to seat. Yeah, no, then you'll have a loose bearing. So this has got to go in there like that. I want somewhere nice to put this. Right there's good. All right. Wow. It is clean and nice. Stick it on there. Now this is actually designed for this. I'm gonna clean it as well so I'm not pushing some dirt into the race. That thing, you can see how it's tapered. The inside of that is tapered as well. It matches it. That's why I'm putting this on here like that. Now I'm not going to take a wrench and tighten this down. It just needs to be hand tight. Sit on there. You want it nice and straight up and down. No? Wow, when it finally hit bottom, this really bounced up off of there. You can really tell when it's all the way down. It's awesome. Well, I'm sitting here, I might as well do the top race. Okay. Ooh, one last thing I've got to do before I forget. I need to put this seal in. You know what? I think I just remember. I had to take the seal out to put that big bearing, or take the big bearing out. So I need to put this big bearing in before I set this seal. I think that's what I want to do. I got to flip this thing upside down. Instead of going in like that, that's going to hit the seal. I want this set flat on the seal. That'll go in like that. All right. So I need to pack some bearings. This is the fun part. Now, something you might pay attention to. I got a word from one of my car guys. You have to use a high temp. It says right there, high temp bearing grease. And that one doesn't necessarily say it. Brand new, never been opened. Automotive, industrial. Most of these will, okay, this one right here says non-disc brake wheel bearing for drums only. They're a lower temperature running vehicle. So definitely want the high temp grease on this bearing. And I'm going to do this the old school way. Oh yeah. This is the part that's fun. Just dig in to it. Yeah. And so I'm basically shoving grease up in between the outer ring and the inner ring until I see it squeeze out between these ball bearings on the side. And so yeah, I'm just kind of squishing it down in there. And that's what the palm of the hand trick is. You just keep doing that, just taking little nibbles, and you'll see it start squeezing out. So naturally, I'm going to take a wallop of this stuff and get it in here because I want some in reserve for while it's going down the road. Now naturally you can't pack the whole thing absolutely full because that stem of that spindle goes through here, but I'd rather push some out than not have enough. So this is all good and packed. That's all good and packed. Oh man, it's just a big gushy part. Oh, it's good stuff, just good stuff. All right. So I just wanted it as packed as possible. This is why I wanted new gloves, because they are disposable. I'll do that and that. And now I've got clean hands. Yeah, that I can put my seal on with. Now, naturally I'm getting some on my fingers, but that is okay. The reason I'm going to go ahead and put this in there is because the little stem here on the end fits down that hole, and I can help direct this thing where I want it to go. This shouldn't be something you should pound on hard. This should go pretty easy. That right there makes the mechanics a happy day. Be able to pull some threads out of something without scarring that up. That's happy stuff right there. This is going to be a little bit tedious. I have to put this on one at a time in the order in which it goes up through here. Any other way, you're not going to be able to put it together. That's just the way pipe thread works. Okay, I got me some wheels to replace these with. Let's see how this goes. It comes with a little cylinder like this. That's got to go down in there, and then you slide the shaft of the wheel down in that. Now, so this has got a slice on the side of it, and they're tapered in, and this thing has a narrow spot. So what happens is this slides down until it gets past that little head, and it snaps in and holds on to the wheel. So when you pick the chair up, the wheels don't fall out on the ground. All right, so I'm gonna set these down, and I need to pull these out. And that's how they come out. So this has to go down in here, and that's gonna be a snug fit. So I gotta hammer it in. And then I take the wheel, and there you go. I just gotta do 3 more. And there we have it. Some wheels on a chair that didn't have wheels. But yeah, so I put those wheels on that one, and I put some fancy gold ones on this one. And I need somewhere to sit down so I can eat. Oh yeah, that's great. I'm gonna slide all around this shop. Okay, so y'all know I have the red VFR, and anyways, this back cowl is held on by 2 of these set pins. These set pins look like so, and the button here on the end compresses, and when you compress it, the little ball inside here drop back and out of the way. It's real cool locking mechanism. There's a hole that this thing fits in with the button pushed, and it goes right here in the side, and it'll hold that thing on. So at the hardware store, I've tried to find something like it, and the closest we could come is this is what it was, and this is what I've got. Now, the difference between the two is this one has a ball in it that is spring loaded, and so it's just going to be hard to get in and hard to get back out. So let's see if that even fits. Oh, it does. It doesn't go as far as I'd like it to, but nevertheless, it does go in there and it does hold. So what I think I'm going to do is this thing actually has this mushroom head on it right here. That actually is part of the stem. This is just a regular washer. It can slide off if I try really hard. And this section in the middle, that right there is just a clear piece of rubber tubing, clear hose of some type. So you cut it to that long and you slide it up on there. And yeah, I've got a bunch of these washers, came from all the screws that put in this place. So I can grab one of them, drill it out a bit, and slide it up on that. I just need some type of rubber hose to put on the top end. All right, let me see if I can find that. Whoo-wee. Man, one day, 3, maybe 4 projects and completed. The only one that's not completed is the air compressor. It still needs work, and I kind of started on that last minute. Yeah, and on this little fastener here, I know it doesn't look nearly as cool as this one, but there's a reason. This one cost me 45 bucks. Go online, find a special company that makes these suckers just for this bike. Yeah, $45 plus shipping. It's kind of expensive. It's cool, I ain't doubting that, but for about 6 bucks, I get that done, and I'm not losing this section while I'm going down the road. Oh, hey, just playing with my new garage sale chairs. They're really comfortable, and I know they're built well, and got wheels on them, and they scoot around, they spin. I love it. I'm going to reupholster them here one of these days. But I want to take a minute, just a spot here to thank my mom and dad. They've helped me out putting these doors on, getting my building secure again. It's really, really helpful. I thank y'all. Y'all work hard for me. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'm returning the favor around here a little bit. Anyways, yeah, wanted to say that. And I have a few decals left still. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the kind of notification bell and stuff down there. That really helped me out. And y'all have a good weekend.